Hello, my dear brothers and sisters of the light. I have another galactic channeling for you, and then I will comment right afterwards, okay? The hope for our beloved earthbound angels of light is to be free. This is all that matters in the time-space moment of now. There is no greater or loftier goal than to be free of all encumbrances. Dearest ones, you are very close to this ascension process culminating in that which we all know you wish for your experiences. Many are feeling physical, emotional, and energetic resistance that patterns itself as pain or frustration or that which is less than desirable. This we know and feel. This will soon pass. We know and hear your cries of when, and enough is enough. Isn't it, dear souls, brothers and sisters of the light way? Yes, it is enough. However, this is still part of spiritual growth. But you say we are trapped in a matrix of terror and pain and suffering. This is only partially true, dearest ones, for to know that which you call the source or all or God is to know no sufferings. Again, the Christos delivered his message. His sufferings were not for you to take on nor revere, for the suffering were to show you the coming out of darkness into light. Simply that, an example, not to emulate nor revere nor made proud of. Be not the suffering, be not the pain, be not the anguish, be instead the Christos, being instead that higher level that is light even within the perceived experience of pain and suffering. Do all there understand this? It is not suffering that is to be dwelled upon, but on salvation. Salve means healing. Salve means a relieving of the pain. Sacred is the way and path towards salvation. Do you see and feel our message today, dear ones? You are the torch bearers, not to take on the pain of the entire planet, but to see through and go through and pass through this level of density into the salvation and eternal Christos way of light. Does this make sense, dearest ones? Does this register and resonate, dear ones? This is the way. This is the light way. This is the way of all elevated beings into higher dimension and vibrational frequencies that are on a higher order of things. Dwell not on what you do not desire. Dwell on what you do desire. Put the thinking and feeling aspects of your soul being's way into the highest order. This is the challenge of density, dearest ones, to rise above that which you perceive. Perception is simply a registering or feedback on what is seen and felt and experienced within the illusion of time. Follow the Christ way and those that came before and after him that have evolved. All left clues. Follow the breadcrumbs, dearest ones. This is your journey. Which way shall your journey be? You decide this. No other does this for you. You are the Christos. You are the creators here. No one else has the power over you unless you allow this. Be the creators of the light. Be the light. Feel the light. Experience only the light. Be light. We love you. And they end. So let me comment on this. The guidance is always, of course, teaching us and showing us where we have been, where we are going. In other words, where we are at vibrationally and from a collective conscious standpoint. They're able to feel that and give us that level of guidance. They're not going to tell us what to do. What they're getting on us about is to be the creators. Go back and listen to all my messages. I'll talk about this. Ascension is this sort of a goal of like this heaven on earth that we focus upon, thinking that we are going to be delivered. Right? That ascension is this place or this destination that we're going to. It's not in the truest sense. It's all part of our spiritual growth and expansion. Ascension is an ideal goal. Ascension in technical terms would mean that we have risen from 3-dimension, 4th dimension, which is mostly astral mental, to the lowest level of 5D. Or 5th dimension. This is the goal, so to speak, but it's all part of our vibrational state of being. And so we are going on this journey, and they're talking to us about being the creators, being the Christos consciousness, Christ consciousness, being that, and not focusing and dwelling upon that which we experience. Myself and others are all going through this. I am a participant in many different spiritual groups. Everyone is suffering from what we call ascension symptoms. Listen to the key word they use, though. Ascension symptoms comes from resistance. Think about this. Feel this, what I just said. Ascension symptoms, I don't care what they are. I've had financial ones. I've had physical health ones, just like everybody else. Any of the ascension symptoms, whether they're physical, emotional, mental, financial, material, any of them come from resistance. Okay? Dwell on that, think on that, feel on that. If you remember, I've always taught that what we're doing here is a balance between what we think, what we feel, and the emotions that are gauged in between that. And so what they're talking about is picking and choosing how we perceive, how we wish to experience, as best as you can. If you're in a war zone, you're still going to experience war zone, right? But most of your perception and experience is here and here. So if you're suffering financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, change your thinking, change your feelings, balance that, and bring yourself, your vibrational state of being into the Christos consciousness. And that's what alleviates ascension symptoms. That's what brings us to salvation. The key word, the root word is salve, S-A-L-V-E. What is salve? It's like an ointment that you put on yourself. It alleviates pain, it alleviates suffering. So that's what salvation really is. The way to salvation is how you choose your vibrational state of being. Okay? I'll talk to you again real soon, folks. I'm going to try to be doing more and more of these. As you can see, I'm pretty exhausted. I have things going on as well in my life that have drained me from doing more of these. And that's because the darker forces are always trying to stop any of us that are ascending. You need to choose how you're going to ascend and what your experience is going to be, just like I do. So I will be doing more of these videos because I know I haven't been doing them as frequently. Okay? I love you all so very, very much. Choose your experience. Be the higher vibrational state. All right, bye-bye for now.